Bonjour. Je ne parle pas français. Anglais? Anglais? That would be my belongings. Ah, yeah.
You living there?
Sorry, what?
You live here alone?
Well, I've been staying here overnight.
Okay. Are you from here?
I'm not initially from Quebec, no. I'm from Ottawa.
Okay.
Well, I was for a while.
Yeah, whereabouts?
Lived in Orleans for a while, but
Okay.
initially Toronto.
Okay, I used to live in Orleans. Okay, so, yeah, so you're here on your own?
Oh, yes, I've been here on my own. I was just letting
Okay.
some of my belongings dry out from the rain.
Okay. I guess somebody called for you. Need any kind of help?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, because it's a pretty wealthy neighborhood, so I guess they don't want, you know what I mean?
Yes, I
Are
do.
you on any kind of drugs or anything? No, eh?
No, not at all.
You're pretty clean. How old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
Okay, do you have a piece of ID?
Yes, I do.
Any warrants or anything?
No, I do not.
Or a criminal record? Or? No?
Nope. At least not that I'm aware of.
Yeah. What brings you in the street?
It's a rather long story, but mainly traveling right now.
Okay. Voluntarily?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. Well, you get it that way. Okay. I guess bottom line, I don't think you can stay here. I think you'll have to move, but I don't know where. You want a shelter or something?
Yeah, it's alright. I was at the hospital and they gave me some names for shelters, but well, almost
Yeah.
no go.
You have any health issues?
I have a certain amount of health issues, but they haven't really.
You take meds or anything?
Oh no, I don't think we can.
No. Okay.
Where have you been prior to being from the hospital? Have you only been to hospital and then here, or you've been sleeping around elsewhere or whatever?
Oh, I've been out and about in other places, yes.
Always on foot?
Yeah, pretty well always on foot.
Do you have an income coming in or nothing?
Not at the moment, no.
No. Okay, I'll query you and there's nothing. I guess you'll have to go, but.
That's alright.
Mais tu sais, il est obligé de crisser son camp?
Ben, s'il fera une plainte, tu sais, ça reste un bâtiment, un terrain privé, c'est une phase de développement. Je pense que c'est fait pogner, mais c'était juste visible. Est-ce que je m'y oppose? Non.
C'est qui a fait la plainte?
C'est un monsieur qui a rapporté, mais c'est pas une plainte.
C'est pas genre le gars en train
C'est plus une intervention sociale, je pense.
Oh, yeah, so.
We need some kind of social help.
Do you want any help or you don't want any help?
I think I should be good for nothing.
Should be good? Then you just have to move further down.
Yeah, that's alright.
Yeah, so nobody sees you, so they don't call. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Because they're fucking annoying.
Yes, they are.
I'll be right back with your.
Alright.
And I wasn't there when you were talking to my colleague. You're from Ontario?
I'm initially from Ontario, yeah.
Okay. And what's bringing you in? Traveling, I understand.
Just a bit of nomadic traveling, I guess so.
Okay.
How do you find it here compared to Ontario?
Well, there's cultural differences, but well, obviously many similarities. I've been able to adjust well enough. Haven't had much issue with language for the most part.
Yeah, French language is kind of difficult. And yeah, so, and how long do you plan to stay here? Are you going to move to the American or?
No, I actually just plan on staying in Laval for maybe the rest of May and then heading on into Montreal.
Oh. I think it'd be best here than in Montreal. Montreal, there's not that much of green space left for camping, and you're gonna get much more disturbed by the police. That's for sure. Here we do not really care as long as you're not causing any problem. But in Montreal, there's like 5,000 homeless people. It's not the same way.
We're more able to provide the social needs here because there's less.
Oh, it's good to know.
So, like the person who called, it was just saying like, it seems like there's someone in need who's camping. But if you don't need any social help, just move your camp base a little bit further down. People won't see you, and like the leaf are about to open.
Nobody will ask us to go and check on you anymore if you're uneasy.
Alright. So just maybe further down in this little area.
Yeah, like there's no leaf right now, so we can see like for a good distance, but like in a few weeks it's gonna be good.
Alright.
And as long as you're not causing any problem or burning woods or doing things like that, you won't get any trouble from us.
Alright.
C'est ça que du réseau aujourd'hui.
Yeah, good news. You have nothing.
That's good.
So I guess you were in Gatineau not too long ago, eh?
Oh yes, I was in Gatineau about
Yeah.
maybe 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah. And you had a dealings with police, I guess?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
when I was in the park. They just told me.
Yeah, because I could just hear you were worried. Okay, well, I don't know. Okay, sure.
Sure. Any questions? You good?
That should be fine, thanks.
Sure. Take care.
You too.
Good luck with everything.
You as well. Oh, bye bye now. Oh, yes you are. Remarkably dry. So, bonjour.
How are you?
Oh, I'm holding up.
Yeah, do you have, this is okay with your house and thing? Do you have time to, do your things and everything's fine, or?
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. What do you mean by do my things? I'm a little confused. What do you mean by do my things? Well, when I left, I just set up camp out in
Okay.
Wooded Patch. No, I unfortunately didn't have time to, say, have a shower or anything. But I'm not here to ask to stay in a room tonight. I actually was just curious to talk a bit further about what happened yesterday.
I'm sorry, what?
I was just a bit curious to talk about what happened further, about what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, to start with, it might not seem like it to you, but what you did was classist. It very much was. And it was very dehumanizing.
What? I know, what did you say?
It was very dehumanizing.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I'm not that kind of person, but I didn't have a choice to tell you that.
Could you elaborate a bit more?
What?
Could you elaborate a bit more?
Like, here, like I don't know how to tell you that. Like when we see, like the when you came with the things, like my other coworkers was scared and they said, oh no, maybe you can bring trouble here. We don't know that and that. And because people here have problem before, they're very scared about it. So they tell me, no, we can't sell room because we're scared and we don't know him and blah blah. I'm like, yeah, okay. But it's not. I understand what you like, the situation that you're in, and I know this is kind of difficult for you. I know. I just want to tell you that honestly, I'm sorry. My English is shitty, but
It's okay.
honestly, I'm very sorry, and I'm not that kind of person. And like, I think you saw it. Like, I really want to sell you a room, but after that, they tell me that. I'm like, fuck. It's not me.
Uh,
It's really not me. But I understand what you say, and that's kind of look like classist. I know.
well, okay. That actually surprised me. I well, I'm glad to know that. I well, yes, I'm glad to actually get a different side of the story with that. I somewhat would have thought something else, but so your
Because
employer.
you don't look like a shitty person or anything like that. Don't think that. Very not. And you know what? Everybody have difficulty in their lives. Life is hard, and I know what you can live here. My house burned, and I lost all my things, and I was in the street right away. So I understand what you mean.
Oh,
J'ai déjà vécu une situation semblable. I before, so don't worry about it.
well, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, no, that's okay. I'm not going to talk about my life, but I just want to tell you, like, honestly, you don't look like a shitty person. I don't want to make you like trouble or, but I have no choice. It's not me. It's all the
Higher ups.
yeah.
I understand. So I take it your employer has had an issue before with someone else on the street.
Yeah, but now I live in my parents' house and everything's fine. But I know sometimes life can be so fucking hard. I don't know what you live right now, but
Well, I
stay up every day that you can. And days can be hard, but you have a lot of beautiful days. Okay?
well that is true. I can definitely say I'm far more privileged than many other homeless, but I meant your employers. So they had an issue with someone else here at one point, and that's why they didn't want someone who might have
Um,
seemed to be of, well, in terms of just physicalities, I guess, somewhat the general.
yeah, but it's not because you look like homeless. It's just because like they see that and they were, oh, you're scared, that's it, point à la barre. Because here I swear to God, here we saw fucked up thing like people with drugs sell drugs, things weird like that. So now we scared what we do, what we saw, and we were like back up and we said, ah, we don't come, on sait pas, we don't know him, so prends-tu la chance, we take the chance or not. It's very like it's just about trouble and like take a chance. Oh, I don't know. It's not about you look like long homeless. I don't want you here. It's very not that. Like honestly, it's very not that.
Okay. Well, now I actually understand a lot more. That's
Yeah,
it's actually a lot more helpful.
I know it
'Cause-
fucking sucks, but it's the same situation everywhere. When somebody did something bad, all the other people, it's like
They start a
à cause que
reaction.
cette personne-là do something bad, I'm in the same situation, and now, comme maintenant, il faut regarder toutes les personnes. Ok, peut-être.
The employers start trying to take a bit more extra precautions, I guess, or
Yeah.
they overreact and start to trying to put in policies just to try and maintain control over something that really wouldn't be controllable to a large extent, I guess. But, well, all right, well,
But now you're okay?
oh yes, I am.
Yeah, where you were? Can you talk more up?
Louder? Yes.
Louder, because of that I don't listen to everything.
Yes. Well, yes. Right now, I'm doing fine enough.
Where you at? Do you another hotel or?
Oh no,
friend
but
house?
right now I was last night just sleeping beside the Shoppers Drug Mart, but I'm actually about to head down to the industrial area and back to the district of Vermont. So I don't know what I'll do for sleeping tonight.
Yeah, because they can in Montreal they have a lot of organisms that help people with that kind of situation. and other situation, and they give you others what did they say? Dog hide others help, not only to a place to sleep, but other helps like to clothes, mental health, a lot of things.
Okay.
Okay. What? Pineapple? What?
All right.
But honestly, I'm happy to see you again because I wasn't like I was feeling like a shitty person. Not you, but me, because I don't want to tell you that I'm not that kind of person. But now I think you know like all the situation and everything.
Um, yes. Well, I'm glad I came back to actually speak. How I should ask as well. I feel I should. How are you doing?
What?
How are you doing? I should ask.
Oh, me, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Well, that's good. Well, thank you so much.
And you're fine.
I'll be fine, thank you. And right now I am. Yeah.
You're fine.
Yes, I am.
And if you need something sometime, if I can help you, whatever I can, I don't know. If you need help for something, or do you need help for something?
Right now I should be fine, but thank you for the offer.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
If you need somebody to talk, or I don't know.
If I'm in the area, I'll definitely come back to
Yeah.
chat.
Okay. I'm happy to see you.
My name's Cam.
Cam.
Yep.
Cam. Yeah.
Well, nice to meet you. Have a good night.
I'm beautiful.
You as well.
Stay happy. Yeah.
I'll try my best to. Oh. That interaction floored me. I. That, that wasn't how I. Well, I somewhat had an anticipation of what it might. What me confronting them about what they did yesterday might go, given their. Well, their attitude towards me in general. Well, their general disposition yesterday was. When I had initially first gone there. that was amazing. That was that was an incredible conversation. I don't care how brief it was. That was sorry, one second. That's the first time for me in years that a heart-to-heart, genuinely vulnerable conversation with another person has ended satisfyingly. Like that conversation ended in a way somewhat at the very least close to how I would have liked a conversation like that to end. And also how it just carried out in general. That sure as hell didn't lead to a conscious apathetic response. That gave me a whole load of conscious motivation. Like that conversation satisfied my 5 inherent subconscious desires. Definitely. Let's just hold on again. Oh. This has really made me stop and just self-reflect a lot on how well, how even with my constant psychoanalysis of everyone, which is, as far as I'm concerned, important, and it should be done constantly. Well, with it, it's made me just think about when I am psychoanalyzing people, which is always. Maybe sometimes I make in terms of, I guess, unsavory experiences I have with people. Maybe for certain things I make assumptions a little too fast. Because what they did was, I stand by, like what they did was classist. And it was very, very dismissive. And came off during my first interaction with them when I initially went to the motel as very, well, sociopathic, very unempathetic. But after that interaction, well, cleared things up. Because you can tell, because the clip of my first interaction with them, it's going to be spliced in at the end of Exploring Laval Part 2. Now, for anyone out there who's saying, oh, well, Cam, well, what about if they're just posturing, using the manipulation tactic of posturing to just, well, just have kept the conversation, well, pleasant and make you think that they were, well, a compassionate and more caring individual, just so that you could leave quicker. Well, if they were a posturer, well, I highly doubt that, considering, well, I don't know too many posturers to like that extent in this rather small and like localized interaction just between two people. Someone who they don't know, who's almost a complete stranger to them, or would have been a complete stranger to them, with considering all of their factors, who they could have easily just been like, shoo, go away. Well, if they were posturing, I don't think they would have given me their name and actually seemingly sincerely said, hey, if you ever want to talk to someone, if you ever need anything, do you need anything, I can try and help while we're here. So, and I'm also happy that they owned up and took accountability for what they did. You really don't see that too often. At all. Even from genuinely benevolent and well-meaning people. Oh yeah, I'm happy about that. Now, as for my interaction with the police earlier today, that was easily also the best interaction I've actually had with law enforcement. Easily the nicest and most genuinely, seemingly well-meaning cops that I've ever met in terms of those who are on duty and actively working. Genuinely actually tried to give me some sort of beneficial information and were more compassionate to my situation, and actually surprisingly, seemingly shared iffy feelings towards those who amalgamate mass wealth and are part of elitist factions, such as the neighborhood right over beside where I was sleeping. Now, this doesn't obviously change my stance on policing. Still an anarchist. Still think policing is a detrimental thing. I do not think that societal control in a regulated policing system is beneficial for human beings. It's authoritarian in nature. And, well, as far as I'm concerned, it's destructive. And yes, they aid and abet in a very terrible system, as do we all. Despite what some in my community of the left wing of the political spectrum like to think. Even now, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna clear up. I obviously, even though being an anarchist, I do not hate all police officers. And when I say hate, I don't believe all police officers, despite the horrendous system they reinforce and contribute to, because of either, because of, it could be psychological disorder, because of societal trauma, societal indoctrination, or, with psychological disorder, maliciousness for, morally disruptive, domineering intent of, whatever they are trying to achieve with it, whatever one. I obviously I don't think all police officers are the absolute worst human beings on the fucking planet. Even when I was a libertarian, I said this exact same thing. And I still stand by that. Yeah, I don't like the system that they have chosen to go into in terms of employment under the guise of heroism. If they are doing it out of a genuine want to try and help serve their communities in terms of protection. It's ineffective, but if they are doing that, not if they're just doing it solely because they thought it would be a good financial gig in terms of profit, and just thought it would be a well enough suited job for them to pay bills, or for malicious, all power consuming intent. But, well, two interactions in the same day, that surprised me. I'm glad I went back to that motel to actually confront the receptionist. I contemplated not. Contemplated just letting the first interaction be what it was, because I did share my genuine feelings with them in that conversation the first time. But I didn't want to leave it at that. And I didn't go there, in terms of this recording, I didn't go there to slander them. Yeah, I want people to hear, as I'm playing this to YouTube, and know the experiences that people endure in every day, just in general, in situations like this. But also because, and also, not just for their benefit, but also for anyone watching this, your benefit for education, I want to actually talk to them and get an understanding of potentially where their classism, if they truly held very firm classist prejudice beliefs, where it might have initially come from, and generally just get a general idea of their psychology, and see maybe if I could provide them with some actual education to, well, alter their ignorance. But, well, some form, small form, that's what happened. But I guess it worked both ways. All right. That's all I wanted to say. Now I've got to walk through Elitism Central back to Vermont.